Help us get to 14,000 subscribers here on Celtics Day. Almost there. I'm trying to get there by the end of the week. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button if you're all about the C's. Happy Halloween, Celtics fans. I am Will Scott. Welcome in to Celtics Today. Appreciate you all watching. On today's show, we're going to talk about some trade rumors, then hit on some Celtics news at the end of this video. And a player that's been linked to the season trade rumors recently has been this guy. You might have not heard his name in a while because he hasn't played in over 2 years. But Jonathan Isaac has been linked to the Celtics by Brian Robb of Mass Live. And there's really nobody in the know better than Brian Robb. Here is what he said in an article posted on Mass Live over the weekend about trading for Jonathan Isaac potentially. There are a few spots that could be of interest to Boston. One is Orlando, who have started 0-5 as usual and have a glut of potentially useful big man on their roster. Once Jonathan Isaac returns, it will be intriguing to see whether they would be willing to kick the tires on an odd man out in their rotation. So Isaac, like I said, has not played in the last 2 seasons with a torn ACL that he suffered in the NBA bubble, the 6th overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft, but he is expected to return in the coming weeks. Pretty wild. He hasn't played in over 2 years after that torn ACL in the bubble. Here is what he did in that season, 2019 through 2020. Even before the torn ACL, injuries were still a concern. He missed a lifetime his rookie season. This was his 3rd season in the league, this particular season, and missed some games there too. But nearly 12 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, over 2 blocks per game. He's a solid defender and shot 47% from the floor. So he was showing a lot of promise in that season. He was playing well in the bubble up until that point. So you feel for Jonathan Isaac, the fact that he still hasn't been able to play after that gruesome knee injury. Do you want to trade for Jonathan Isaac? Let's say he gets back healthy and the Magic make him available and the Magic are tanking. They would probably be open to trade. Type T for trade, type P for pass. Do you want the Celtics to trade for Jonathan Isaac? It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when that break comes, go down, chime in. Do you want the Celtics to trade with the Magic for Isaac? Here's what Fanside had said about a potential Isaac trade. So Mass Live, not the only people talking about the possibility of trading for Isaac. With the inclusion of a player like Payton Pritchard and additional draft capital, likely gets the deal done. While we don't know how well Isaac will have recovered from injury, acquiring the former IMG Academy and Florida State blue chipper is a roll of the dice that could potentially elevate Boston's standing in the Eastern Conference. They bring up trading Payton Pritchard to get a deal done, but I'm just not willing to trade Pritch for a guy that hasn't played in over 2 years. Now, if Isaac comes back and he looks healthy and he's playing solid, then maybe then I would consider a trade. But right now, before Isaac comes back, no shot I would trade Pritchard. However, even without Pritchard in a deal, I still think a trade is possible. It makes sense for the Magic to trade him. He hasn't played in over 2 years. I don't know if he's in their future plans. They're building a good young core led by Paolo Banchero and probably maybe even Victor Wembanyama if the Magic continue to tank. So I don't really know if Isaac is in their plans. Maybe he could be a good fit on the Celtics and certainly a trade name to monitor here in the coming weeks now that we have the regular season underway. Did want to hit on this news as well, this coming from Adam Himmelsbach of the Boston Globe. According to a league source, the Celtics have picked up Payton Pritchard's 2023 to 2024 team option, so the 4th-year option on Payton Pritchard. Not a surprise that the Celtics picked that up, the expected move here, but that news coming over the weekend on the Celtics front. Here's what he's done in 140 career games played. Nearly 7 points per game, 1.9 assists per game, over 2 rebounds per game. And the stat that continues to stand out for Pritch year after year is his 3-point shooting, which has been very big for the Celtics. 41.2% from 3-point range. Guys, show Pritch some love. Go down in the comment section, type 11. The Celtics have picked up the 4th-year option on number 11. He was the 26th overall pick a couple of years back out of Oregon. Was a fantastic player at Oregon when the Celtics drafted him. I thought he was a really good fit. I was really excited about Pritchard coming to Boston. But type 11 down in the comment section. Go and show some love to Payton Pritchard. I will say this, though. Why trading him might make some sense. Again, I do not want to trade him, but he just hasn't been utilized that much this year. Last season, 14.1 points per game, which was actually a decrease from his rookie season. This season, he's averaging just 5.7 minutes, or 14.1 minutes per game last season. This season, he's just averaging 5.7 minutes per game. He only played 1 minute last night against the Wizards. We'll talk about that game in a second, but when I look at the Celtics team, yeah, they definitely could use some depth down low, and maybe Pritchard could be a trade chip. I don't want it to use him as a trade chip for Isaac, because Isaac hasn't played in 2 years, but certainly a name to monitor in trade rumors is Payton Pritchard. We talked about last week. I think it was some article that said that we should trade him for Kenrich Williams. That's just baloney, but maybe a better player. I don't know, Rudy Gay. Maybe you consider Payton Pritchard in a deal like that. So certainly a name to monitor here on the Celtics front in terms of trade rumors. Like I said, Celtics got that big win over Washington last night to snap a 2-game losing skid. They start the season 3-0, then drop 2 straight. So definitely good to see a win back on screen here for the C's. 112-94 over the Wizards. Talk about the Wizards first. Kristaps Porzingis, 17 points, 13 rebounds, 8 of 16 shooting. He looks solid. Bradley Beal had a really bad game, and I think that's why the Wizards were never really in this thing. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 of 16 from the floor. Kyle Kuzma, too, really struggled against the C's. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 of 13 shooting. Tatum and Brown combined for 47 points. Brown had a double-double, 24 points, 10 rebounds, and then Grant Williams in his return. Keep in mind he was suspended for the Cavaliers game. Would have been nice to have him on Friday night. Celtics lose that game in overtime. Ridiculous that he was suspended, may I remind you. 3 rebounds on 4 of 6 shooting. We'll talk about Grant here in a second, too. But I want to know, who was your MVP from last night's game? Was it Brown? Was it Tatum? Was it Grant Williams? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. My MVP was Malcolm Brogdon. He dropped 23 points off the bench, 6 of 12 shooting against the Wizards, knocked down a few three-pointers, did not miss a free throw attempt, 8 of 8 from free throw range. And you look, Brogdon has lived up to the hype, right? When you traded for him, you really knew what you were getting, a really good bench piece. He's going to be 6th man of the year. I'm pretty confident that he's going to win that award, but he was great last night for Boston. If he can, I feel like any game where Tatum and Brown play well and you have Brogdon coming off the bench and drops over 20 points, there's no way the Celtics lose a basketball game like that. We saw that last night. Brown and Tatum combined for 47, Brogdon off the bench 23. Grant Williams off the bench had 10 points, but he was making headlines before the game even started, walking in with the Batman costume. And I don't know if y'all saw that video after the game. It was so funny. He was doing this post-game press conference in a Batman voice, and Tatum was like, what the F are you doing? So, man, the team chemistry on the C's, man, is top-notch, and why you should really prioritize not trading for a guy like Draymond Green, right? We've talked about that. Keep the team chemistry intact. I want to know, what's your Halloween costume? What are you guys dressing up as tonight? Go down in the comment section. Let me know. Curious to hear what y'all are dressing up as tonight. I'm not going to be trick-or-treating. I'm a little bit too old for that. But I know. Producer Seeps is booing me. I might go get some candy, though, for myself. Guys, go down. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/CelticsTV. Turn on your notifications because the Celtics make a move. We'll let y'all know.